So hey, this is a donated like 0.33 milligram or millimeter lead apron that I've been using, and so my perps who've been tricky allegedly cut that wasn't a part of the original design, or it was, and they're lying to me, a slit right through the middle of it that makes me vulnerable, like my spine and my stomach, depending on which side of my body I'm using it on. There's like in the middle of the fabric of where the lead would normally be. There's a vulnerable space, so I think I'm gonna try and get some more of this gear. I've been using this, and it, in the verbiage of my perps, it makes it so they have to recalibrate, and that's a source of like false positive reasons for thinking your solution for mitigating torture from the electromagnetic frequency is working is because your perpetrators, the EMF beings, perpetrators attacking you have to recalibrate their gear. Has been some of the verbiage. I've been listening to some men from, or some folks being broadcast in Europe and enduring the torture, and I guess from the electromagnetic frequency, like if you get the headgear and you become a EMF being, the view of it talks about the magnetic interaction of like the surface of everything in normal 3D reality and lightning strikes on the earth, and and then my perps are talking about that field or whatever, that electromagnetic field, and they can see it from the EMF being used to conceal invasion. And so that around 3D reality has existed for longer than I know, and faking people is going to be really old technology. So yeah, they cut a slice allegedly through the lead apron to get it in my gut or my spine easier, so I want to get another lead apron. I want a lead jumpsuit. If I had R&D, I'd be like, make me customizable lead jumpsuits for targeted individuals at a reasonable price and sell them. I'm so poor as a targeted individual. That's not something I can necessarily make happen on my own, but it'd be nice to tell somebody maybe already in the biz, like, make a jumpsuit, man. Like, make a jumpsuit. Anyway, so I'm enduring the electromagnetic terrorism torture, but it's not as bad, and we only have these moments in a very literal sense of every 15 to 20 seconds I hear from somebody from the electromagnetic frequency broadcast, as Kevin Christian describes it. So some of my morning activities have been listening to recordings of and that's been enjoyable, and trying to address some of the artificial polluting of my human experience from things like roughly termed biohacking, and listening to some of the more seasoned experiencers of being a targeted individual, from like men who were in the military and then became TIs. That advantage or different perspective I didn't have. I was a wonk political activist type, and so for my survivability, trying to chart a 30-40 year successful survival stratagem, as I've been remote tortured along with my family for a very long time. I'm gonna do what I can to take care of myself, but I endure remote torture. They can remote control my genitals. I have it's been termed 1,000 needles sensations of remote torture poking in my skin from the broadcast, and then I've also gotten skin infections too that are painful, purposeful, and very much designed along with community slander around my town, and abuse of the surveillance system and recognition that it's I don't know. I'm learning more as I go, and yeah, I'm getting tortured along with 1.5 million Americans, and there's probably about 5 million Americans that have this electromagnetic headgear from OpenBCI.com that advantage over 3D reality and can appear two-dimensional, three-dimensional, um, whatnot. And so I hope you have a good day, particularly targeted individuals out there. I'm enduring, and I really do love you. I get tricked into saying mean shit that I don't mean, and I have to kind of figure out where I want to live soon again, but it's probably going to be in Oregon. Some of the best advice TIs have is that stay where you grew up initially. I made that mistake of bouncing around the country for a while. This broadcast keeps following me, so anyways.